Delhi lives, the debris of her past scattered about her. Built over and over, built around and about. Neophyte, Delhi lives on. Despite the odds stacked so heavily against them, many of Delhi's lesser known monuments survive. It is about these monuments that I wish to talk about today. The recorded history of Delhi dates back to 736 AD, and in those 1200 years of history, Delhi has been broken down and built up 7 times. Every ruler down the ages wanted to leave a mark that would last, and so left behind a landscape that is studded with jewels from the past, a few of which are very famous attractions, while a lot others tell a complete different story. Right in the middle of South Extension, there's a complex that houses 2 huge tombs dating back to the 16th century, the Bade Khan and Chote Khan tomb. They look like typical Lodi era tombs with octagonal turrets and corners covered by chhatris at the top. While no one really knows who Bade Khan and Chote Khan were, it is believed that they were related in some way, like father-son or teacher-pupil. The entire complex is disproportionately small given the size of these structures, and just beyond them lie the residential and commercial establishments. Now we are headed to a palace complex in the middle of a village. Bijay Mandal was the palace of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, built in the 14th century. Since I visited here for the first time, nothing much has changed. Historians call it the most puzzling monument of Delhi. It is believed to be a site of the famous 1,000-pillared palace. The pillars were made of wood and roof exquisitely carved. The palace complex, or what is left of it, still recites the story of a ruler who was so eccentric that he forcibly moved Delhi's entire population over 1,000 kilometers south to the Deccan. Just on a walking distance from Bijay Mandal is one of the best kept secrets of South Delhi, the Begumpur Masjid. Also built during the reign of Tughlaqs in the 14th century, it is hard to believe that Begumpur Masjid was the largest mosque in Delhi for over 300 years until the Jama Masjid was built. It is a massive mosque surrounded by large neighborhoods and almost unknown except to the local children who come to play here. The good news is that Begumpur Masjid was declared a monument of national importance 3 years back. So now we can expect things to improve for this beautiful monument. Delhi is spread across 1500 square kilometers and it houses unknown tombs, palaces and mosques. But would you believe it if I tell you that there's a fortress that no one knows about? Adjacent to the Tughlaqabad fort, if you look closely ahead on the opposite side, you will find the Adilabad fort. Built by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, historians refer to Adilabad as the 4th fort of Delhi. The entrance is not quite favorable, so if you plan to visit here, please wear your sport shoes. Once in Adilabad, it is like stepping back in time. While major part of the fort is in ruins, great efforts were made to beautify the region, which have now been affected due to the pandemic. So we plan to end our day driving towards Mehrauli, but there is nothing hidden about Mehrauli. Yet, we sometimes fail to see things that are right in front of our eyes. When you are travelling through the Mehroli-Gurgaon road and busy looking at the Qutub Minar, very few notice the Azam Khan's tomb situated on top of a hillock. While no one really knows who Azam Khan was, one thing is certain, that this is the Mughal era tomb built in the 17th century. Some historians concede that he was a nobleman in the courthouse of Akbar. There are also some records which refer to Azam Khan as Akbar Khan. While here, along with soaking in the mysterious history, you can enjoy view of the Qutub Minar. I asked my soul, what is Delhi? She replied, the world is the body and Delhi is its soul. Mirza Ghalib may have been indulging in hyperbole when he penned these famous lines, but there is no denying that with its secrets hidden deep within, the history of Delhi remains one of the world's greatest mysteries.